I'm back. Didn't think I was going to do another one of these, did you? Nah, too many people have forced my hand as of late, and I just thought, hell, I ain't got nothing else better to do than just come out with the same old, same old. Just like, excuse me, just like Lemonhead comes up with the same old, same old, and he gets more praise than the government does, which is it's quite dumbfounding to me. But let me move forward. I haven't done this in quite a while. And it's not just from chasing anything. I could care less. It this shit doesn't even bother me much. But it's quite interesting that a 50 plus year old man who I would consider one of the most hatefulest people. Well, I have to say he's not number one. I would say he's number two. Lemonhead, he number two in the haters club when it comes to Umar Ifatunde Ogun Tade. He is like number two. Number one, I haven't quite figured out yet. I know number three is Charleston White. Number three is Charleston White. Number four is Anton. Number five, I haven't gotten too much of number five. Cynthia G. Cynthia G is number five. Out of the hater club, I haven't promoted the number one hater. Lennon on is number two. The reason why I put Lennon on the number two in the haters club is because it's just dull. It's just like that rusty old knife that's gonna break at any minute. Like he just brings nothing else. I mean, yes, they still listen to him, but his shit is just oh yeah, okay. All right, we get it. Yeah, yeah. Umar scamming the community. Yeah, yeah, you can prove it. You can prove this old rusty ass receipts. Okay, yeah. Fine. I get it. So let's just get a laugh out of him anyway. You're not proving anything. He's not proving anything. He's just getting a laugh out of it. And everywhere that this man goes, just ask people who have common sense. I want you to ask me this question. Answer me this question. People with common sense. If you don't have common sense, if you can't answer a specific, logical question, then I have no hope for you, and you shouldn't even comment in the comment section. What in the fudge is a 50 plus year old man still 16 years later still doing Umar content? It can't be just about money. It can't be just about money because you ain't getting that much. Plus the 30% that's being tacked off of you anyway, and taxes they take off, which is BS anyway. This is not a good, as D. Durrell would say, and I do believe him when he says it, that this is not a good program to be getting money off of unless you're the lead attorney. A lead attorney, he be get buku dollars. That's because he's a damn attorney and he knows what he's talking about. Other than Kevin Samuels, so may he rest in peace, the brother is not here. He's not getting any. Lennon ain't getting no real money off of this. He's not. So he has to keep going and keep going with his cheap ass and his non-educated ass. And he has to keep doing his shit. He has to keep doing his thing. So, like I said, it's been a while since I made Lemonhead content. I figured out a long time ago it's not even worth it because he's going to keep doing this. He's going to complain, do the same horrific shit. Can't even find what's the purpose. And oh, by the way, you went back on your word. You went back on your word and said you weren't even going to talk about his dad anymore. When you're nothing but a piece of shit. So obviously he's not bothered by it. Jamal Johnson, he's not bothered by it. And neither is Umar. He's not bothered by it either. All we know is if there were some way, somehow, some way, that a person in his family could meet with this sucker, I'll tell you the ultimate damage that one family can do to one individual. But until that time comes, I'm not going to even bother with it. So I come to find out, and I look from time to time, and it's the same old shit, same old drama. So I literally say, this guy has nothing else to report on. So, and everything is members only. Ain't nobody going to the same raggedy ass. They already had a laugh. Ain't nobody else coming. Half of your shit, the AFWs have already commented and gave you like $5 here, $10 there, a nickel, 20 nickels. You get more attention than the government does. I'll tell you that much. Hello, cynical one. Hi, Vaughn. So we're gonna look, and of course, if y'all are bored, I can understand because it's boring me now. But I just want to check on to see how things were doing. Other than Elon Musk, having a little hissy fit with Donald Trump, and other than other than black and white, black men, or not black men. Let me not go there. Other than Shiloh, her name is Shiloh Hendricks. Shiloh Hendricks collecting $800,000 from the white community and say that we will not back down. We will not stand for these niggers. These Negroes. We're tired. We're really, really tired. Other than that, I just want to take a break from that and just do something fun, I guess. I just want to make this entertaining. Let's see what's up. Values.
I don't know. If anyone you have any idea, go ahead and post inside of the chat room. It's at the University of Oxford. Umar actually stated that he didn't know who he was going to be debating. And I can tell Umar was shook when he saw that it was going to be Musk's father. I did see Musk's father, if you will, being interviewed maybe about 2 months.
She may be 5'5", but she wasn't thick in the thighs. I could tell. Let me not go there.
Maybe 3 months ago, and he just seemed like a very, I would say, arrogant, almost narcissistic type of a person. So maybe it's a good match. I just don't know what they're going to be debating. Oh no, it's right there. I'm sorry. I just downloaded this. So because I have another one that I was showing earlier. So this one, it says, should Africans reject their colonizers? Is that going to be the debate topic? May 29th, and it says 8:30 p.m. And I'm going to assume that's 8:30 over there in the UK.
So Ifa went to debate Elon Musk's father. I don't know what type of topic, or I guess that's the particular topic. Here's my question. Why do you give a fuck? Why do you see? It's just like, Vaughn, if you're brushing your teeth and this same guy is looking through the mirror, he's looking through the window. He literally looking through the window and watching you brush your teeth. And look at them teeth. He's brushing. He's supposed to brush like this, not like this. Like, do you not find that weird at all? Does anybody else find that weird? The common sense has left the room. It's just, and he's just literally just throwing shit at the wall. Hopefully it sticks or whatever. Oh God.
Okay. I should probably go and look. Hey, how's it going? Real talk, true talk. If you're in London, what time is it over there? Because if this starts at 8:30 in London or in the UK, it's probably early morning right now. So it's going to be a while.
And dude, you don't find that weird at all. You do not find that 10,000 videos. You don't find that weird at all. Usually people do 1 or 2, maybe 3 videos, and then they're off to the next, unless it's a real big legitimate beef. I only know a couple of people who have legitimate beef. I ain't gonna mention their names because I don't even want to hear the shit. But do you not find that weird, TBone? TBone, bro, do you just I can just imagine him going through your sock drawers. He could go through your drawers. And you're supposed to fold them up this way. You're supposed to fold your drawers up this way. You're supposed to fold your socks this way. You put them in nice and neat. Omar, he's a filthy bastard. Omar's a filthy bastard. Let me get the comment in the super chat. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Lisa's in the comments. Hey, how you doing, crew? I mean, I find it real weird, but let me not stress y'all out. We're here to have fun, I guess. All right, something is wrong with my computer today.
Before this actual debate happens, and hopefully it'll be video recorded or live stream. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I did not see that. I just pulled it up. I just downloaded because Umar posted on his Instagram page not too long ago. Okay, everything's good with the stream. That's cool. Okay, Cricket Wireless. Here we go. What's up, X Freeman? Sharif, thanks for being here. Joshua. Miss Independent My Way and Thidi Vera. God, so much.
Oh, and by the way, wouldn't it behoove me to try to move around and try to possibly maybe do the exact same thing to another huge content creator? I mean, Umar's not a content creator. He doesn't even have his own YouTube channel, as people should know by now. He just goes on live on his Instagram and Facebook if they're not sabotaging or whatever. Yeah, that's it. That's all. But people have their own, like, you got King Kong consciousness out there. You got 2 King Kong consciousness. I don't even know which one's the real one. And the brother that I often respect, I'm banking on his name, but it'll come back to me. But this is just like, a weird nightmare. This is like not Jason, but Freddy come to life. Umar! Umar! I got you a Fasami. I got you some ice cream. And Umar's just he's too slick for this shit. But I just wish he would just one time for the audience. Just one time for the audience. Just go ahead and just cuss this guy out just one time. Just once. He hints at it. He hints. He does hint at certain struggle streamers, including that guy. But I often wonder, Does Lennon Honor work for the FBI? I often wonder that. Seriously, I often wonder if he does work for the FBI. He could be an informant. He could be the informant. And that would shoot his ass back to number one of the most hated group for hating on Umar.
For tuning on in as we continue with this Umar Johnson saga. Lewis Luck also says he's probably saying the Musk are real South Africans, aren't real South Africans. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the topic, the debate is going to be, and I don't. It's kind of an odd match, if you ask me. But it will definitely be interesting if it actually takes place. Okay, so it's 1:44 a.m. in London right now. Place at 8:30. This is going to be 9. The debate happened. It did. It's May 30th now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, because they're ahead, right? So this already happened. I haven't seen anything come up online. Okay, I tell you what, if anything, and I'll be checking while we're going through this stuff. If anything comes up during the live stream.
3, 2, 1, Black Unity Alliance. 3, 2, 1, Black Unity Alliance.
Umar looks so out of place.
If you can't find this weird, then something is very, very wrong with society. And I wouldn't mind taking the money that I have and going up to the mountains and just building a cabin and just living there for the rest of my life and looking down at y'all and going, that's pitiful. I should be having more niggas in this live stream, but they're all psychologically damaged. Needless to say, you have tried to put something on this guy for 16 plus years and haven't been successful at anything. Nothing. He's given you one live stream where you went bonkers, and that's the time where he had issues with his daughter. Although she's been kind of silent, other than kissing some white man in the mouth, which is like whatever. I mean, I don't believe anything that this chick says anymore. I mean, 1 minute you're gay, the next minute you're kissing a white man in the mouth. It's like whatever. But I hope they do still at some point they're going to meet. And don't record this. Don't record any of it. Don't record any of it. The relationship between you and your daughter should be just that.
Are you gonna save that or?
Yeah.
Well, I tell ya. Yeah, Umar, he's turned into a meme. That's what the young people know him for. This, that. Boy, that hairline, boy. I tell ya.
We don't want to talk about hair.
Yeah, they look like middle schoolers. What's up, Stas?
It's a university, you nuts.
Jesus Christ.
He tries so hard. They try so hard. Paul, they really try so hard to put shit down on. It's just crazy. It really is. And this is not. And just a reminder, this is not really a Umar versus Lennon Honor type of thing. It's just I had nothing else better to put on it. I'm just basically saying it's just quite odd to me. I mean, This nigga act like he stole his girlfriend or something. He probably. Oh yes, you gonna submit to me. Remember Shannon Sharp? Oh no, don't you run from me. Don't you run from me. You know what type of nigga I was. It Umar, it would just be Umar doing it to his wife or something. I don't know. Like, you knew what type of nigga I was before you messed with him. Submit to me. Submit to me. What the fuck?
Right.
Oh god.
Yeah, you do it yourself now. yeah. Hey, good going. Please to meet you. What in the world? Please to meet you. Please. Please. What in the world? To meet you. Yeah. All right.
So we're gonna need to record bits here and there. If that's
I don't
okay
mind.
with you.
Go ahead.
And if you could also, I'll get to record a segment for the introduction.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Real talk.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem.
You should know. Huh?
See, that thing's flaring up right now.
Yeah, should it now.
Wait, what?
We're gonna skip through that. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. Go ahead.
And if you could also, I'll get to record a segment for the introduction.
Sure. Yeah, sure. Real talk.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
No problem. No problem.
You should know. Huh?
See, that thing's flaring up right now.
Yeah, should it now. I still need to connect to the
Pause, nigga. Pause.
Put very strong emphasis on engaging people on social media, but then people who are on social media, they value them and extremely. And so Umar, because he's a social media influencer, that's why he tends to the younger people, at least some of them, they see him as a social media celebrity, But in all ways that matter, Umar, he hasn't achieved much of anything. And it's unfortunate that he is the.
He hasn't achieved much of anything? If that's the case, what have you achieved? Nothing but making videos on Umar. That's not achievement.
Person that people bring out and promote when he really does. He represents like the worst examples of a black man who's masculine father that I've seen. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Hope you're doing all right, Andrea. Par B said, and we're almost done here. Par B says, it's so hard to believe he's been scamming this long. Whoever made that statement about your achievements, Lennon, is clearly ignorant. Yeah, it's a Umar. I'm sure it's an Umar Johnson follower, but it reminds me of what was it?
Had to be a white girl.
I think it was someone who, I don't know if they called into the show. No. It was someone who was leaving comments inside the chat room. This was like maybe a couple of weeks ago. And I went point by point.
It wasn't me.
I think it's difficult for.
It wasn't me because you have me blocked. You have me blocked from the comments. You have me blocked from the chat, and I know who did it too. It was your boyfriend. It was your man's in them. It was your man's in them. Pecan Buttercup, King Kong crackhead. That nigga right there. He's the one that blocked me from YouTube. It's like, why you blocking me? Let me talk to this motherfucker. Let me talk to him. You're scared like a little bitch. You're just running away. I don't run from people like you. I don't run from people like him either. But I know I'm gonna say, but deep in my spirit, I know I'm gonna say something crazy. And I just don't tolerate craziness. I don't tolerate nonsense. Right? I know me. and it's something I don't know. I have no idea.
Umar Johnson followers to deal with the reality of what and who Umar Johnson is.
He keeps
But
saying
it's
this.
part of the.
He keeps saying the same shit over and over and over again, and people don't catch on to that. They will one day.
Internet celebrity, it does that. It changes people's perceptions, and it's truly unfortunate because in all ways that matter, you know, in the first place, as men, we should be committed to our wives. Umar's not committed to anyone. It should start there, and that's the most important thing that we can do. And then, of course, when we have children, children come on the scene, commit to our children, be there, you know, provide for them, take care of them the best that we can. We all know this. Umar, he hasn't done. Those are the most important things, you know, that we can do. And Umar will talk about he wants to uplift the Black community, but that it starts in the home in the first place. That's where everything starts, and he hasn't done that. He's failed at that miserably. All right, thanks, Parby, for being a member. Okay, I'll just go through these videos real quick. We'll go one by one. We don't much. I just want to set things up, and then I'll check again to see if that debate has come online. If it has, we'll watch that. But I don't think it's going to come on if this was recorded.
Excuse me. TBone says the Cookie Crush chat acts like they attended a college course or something. I don't think they have the ability to read. I don't think. See, I ain't caught one of them misspelling misspelling the word as. They just put ass, ass, and not ask or some shit. I don't know, but Umar's went to a university. He can go to a high school if they'll let him. He'll go to college, university. He'll go to any place if they'll let him. And he's gone to many universities. And yeah, he is right about one thing. He has became a meme. I think somebody should have a meme for this nigga. As a matter of fact, I think I do have his own meme. I don't know. I got to make sure. Louis. Lisa. I got to make sure he has his own meme. I mean, because we want to be fair here. We want to be fair. We want to be fair. Put a like, share, subscribe to the channel. Like, share, subscribe to the channel. Support the W-O-L Nation. support WOL Nation. WOL Nation. Thanks for super chat, TBone. Okay, here we go. Here's what I mean. I ought to make that into a t-shirt. I ought to make that shit into a t-shirt. Alert. 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 Oh, what a scumbag. What a fucking scumbag. Fake boy SWAT. You know what? I'm glad you said that. I am so glad you said that. Do you know that the last couple of times I saw Boyce Watkins, he was on Jason, what was it? Jason Whitlock's channel. And I can't, you're going to have to help me out with, I can't figure this guy out. He's either fake as hell, or he got some shit on him. The only thing he has credibility for is interviewing Dr. Claude Anderson. But yet, don't he owe Michi X some money? I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm gonna stay away from that shit. But man, this is This is sad, man. This is very, very sad, but I'm gonna keep going into it for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna transition into the real shit.
Gordon probably won't come on until tomorrow. We'll see. Here we go.
Later,
You still got talk. Wait a minute. Hold up. Hold the fuck up. He got the nerve to talk about a hairline. Hold up. Let's wind this back a little bit. If you look, hold on. Let me see. I want to get it just right. If you look back, Lisa, that's where his hair starts. And he has the nerve to talk about, oh boy. Hold on. I'll give you a closer look. Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. So look. Wait a fucking minute. This egghead nigga. Hold on. He reminds me of the Dr. Who is Sonic the Hedgehog's nemesis? The Eggman. He could have played a perfect role in playing the Eggman. Salute. I know he ain't. I know this nigga is not talking about hairlines. You crack egg skull head having ass Negro. with them big thick ass glasses. What the fuck is wrong with this nigga? His wife got a bigger forehead than he does. Well, Dr. Robotics! He's fucking Dr. Robotics in the fucking flesh. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
That's where everything starts. And he hasn't done that. He's failed at that miserably. All right, thanks, Parby, for being a member. Okay, let me
look where the hell that is. He got the Chinese bowl cut. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Sorry. All right. All right. Check this out. Wait. This barber must have cut around the edges. Cut around the bowl. You could have. Wait. He don't even have sideburns. When was the last time this nigga had sideburns? Why would you trust the nigga with no sideburns? What the fuck? Why the fuck would you not trust the nigga with? Why would you trust the nigga with no sideburns? Riddle me that. This nigga put the bowl. Goddamn. Okay. Don't you ever in your life talk about somebody's hairline ever again. Nigga. Oh, I would roast you some more, but let's continue.
Hey, I just want to go through these videos real quick. We'll go one by one, and then we'll be done. I really don't have much. I just want to set things up, and then I'll check. Because somebody brought out how Umar, he's all talk, no action. And as I've studied Umar, that's what we see. He'll talk and he'll say he's going to do all these things, but in terms of actualizing things, 99.9% of the stuff that he says he's going to do, literally, he doesn't do. He doesn't even do it. Because what he does is he runs his mouth. It's all about his imagination. Everything that he says he's going to do. A lot of what he says that he's going to do, it feeds its ego, and then some of his followers, they buy into it and they think that he's this great black leader. But if people took again, critical analysis, if they took a piece of paper and wrote down all the promises that Umar has made over the last decade, and then calculated how many promises he actually fulfilled.
Let's do this. Let's take the same piece of paper, excuse me, right? And let's write down your accomplishments. Had nothing to do with being married. I'm talking about building constructively. What type of accomplishments have you been? Wait, how many degrees did you have and you failed at all? What? Failed at all 3, but you finally went through with your computer degree or whatever the hell. You doing something with that? Obviously not. I don't know any computer guys this busy doing Umar content. I don't know any, but I'm usually not the person that would downsize a nigga like this who's had some type of accomplishments, but he has literally crossed the line, in my opinion. He has crossed the line. And even his followers, some of his followers get sick and tired of it. Okay, understandable. He hasn't opened up school yet, but okay, what have you done? It's been what, 16 years? 16 years of the same old. I get it. Yada, 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 yada. Oh, and let me not forget, like I said, my condolences once again, Tanya, to who did you say that passed on? You said it was your mother-in-law or something like that? I don't want to mess it up. The funeral. Okay, the funeral. The funeral is next Thursday. I wish I could join you. Your stepmom. I wish I can join you. You have to tell me what city you're in. If I had a car that works, you had to tell me what city you're in. Maybe I could send flowers for you or something. Prayers for the family. New Jersey, goddamn. That's a 2.5 day ride for me. and I'm afraid of flying. We just had an earthquake. Yeah, Vegas or Nevada had a earthquake, and that was like a 3-pointer. Nobody felt it, but it ended up hitting Reno. Wait, was it Reno? No, it was some other area that we were at, and then of course it didn't hit Vegas at all. So, but I am so sorry. I am definitely sorry, and definitely like to give a shout out to Sade Robinson. But back to this numbnut. Does he do anything? Is any other content? Do you ask him? Why don't you ever ask him? I'm asking his followers, crazy people, Cookie Crush Coons, do you bother to ask him? Does he do any other content besides Umar? Do you have it in your or you feel that he's going to yell at you like he did Homeboy that one day? Did you ever ask him any questions at all? Do you ask him any questions like, Okay, you done weak ass, you done weak ass, blah 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 blah. Can we do something else, please? Like, I like to talk about Sinners. Sinners is what, 2 months old. I still like the freaking movie. I still love it. I'd rather talk about that for at least 2 weeks straight and break it down individually into pieces than having to keep talking about the same person over and over and over again. But this is his moneymaker. This is a moneymaker. I wish I could talk about the president like this. Hell, I'll be making buku money, but I might get flagged for that.
His success rate is like it's less than 1% because he's all talk, no action.
I keep saying the same thing.
And then the things that he has done that are, we can say that these are actions. Everything is mediocre. He wrote 2 books. The 2 books are not peer reviewed. They're not scholarly. There's no source material. There's grammatical errors all throughout.
What's the book?
It's
help me out.
It's mediocrity.
And you're always going to have something to nitpick. You did that to Grandmaster Jay. You did that to Corey Holcomb. You tried to do that to Tariq Nasheed, but I understand what you're trying to do, dog. Because like I said, Tariq, we all know that Tariq would have roasted you 3 ways to Sunday, possibly would have made a doll about you, and maybe, just maybe, make a video game, just like he did Crispy. Did y'all play that video? Did y'all buy that video game that Tariq had some company make for him? Did you play that video game? Yeah. What about black on black crime? Oh God! But hey, you live and you learn, right? You live and you learn. What's going on here? You said what? No. I can't even put that on the. Oh, okay. You know what? I'm gonna leave this alone because it's not even working. Shit. Not normal for a so-called straight man. Yeah, definitely. Especially when you're married with 5 kids. I wonder what your at some point, like I said, if I'm your wife, whoa, we gonna have a conversation. I'll be like, is either me or Umar? Pause. It was either me or either one. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do a live for 9 hours straight and just look at. And I can't even believe that the people would watch this shit for 9 hours, even 6. I'm grown. I got stuff to do. I'm 44 years old. I got kids that this is the summertime. This is summer. The kids are out of school. Play with your doggone kids. Damn. Play with your freaking kids. What is wrong with you, Negro? Can somebody clip this and send this to him? Like, please, let's have a conversation. Let's have a real, honest conversation. Do you know what you're doing? Obvious. Let's just answer this seriously. Is this working for you? Because at some point, that money's going to dry out. The people are going to dry out. And you're going to be left with nothing. You're not talented. Your flute skill sucks. You don't know how to play. You play the instrument. You're trash. You're straight trash. You tried to do the whole analytics thing or whatever you call it. You tried being a socialist. You trying to be this. You tried to be that. You tried to be or want to be. You want to be Umar, dude. You don't want to be Umar. And I'm sorry, I have to say it. You ain't gonna get the same attention. You're just not, because not only he doesn't pray to the masses like that. He doesn't pray to just black. He doesn't pray to everybody. He prays to his people, because his people come first. And again, I'm gonna say this for the last time. Weren't you a Hebrew Israelite once? So-called Hebrew Israelite, quote unquote. I'm talking about the black community. Oh boy, I tell you, I'll fucking tell you.
The block parties. Okay, those were good. Those were good events in my opinion. But he used black women to set all that stuff up. They were the ones who spearheaded that. Okay, do I give him some credit for it? Yeah, but ultimately, it's not like Umar sat down and said, "I'm going to do this," and from point A to point Z, he set in motion through actions everything that needs to take place in order to hold those parties. Yeah, he's all talk, no action. And it's unfortunate. But what Umar has done though is he tells people that he's doing all these things. Because he has a social media influence as a social media influencer. He's not a black leader, he's a social media influencer. And he says it over and over again. People begin to believe it. It reminds me of Andrea of Jay Morrison. He used to tell people that he was a real estate agent for the stars, when in point of fact he wasn't. He just found a couple of people who had some level of celebrity, including Angela Yee, and did some videos with them, showing them properties and stuff like that. But that was his marketing strategy, to present to people that as if he was this great real estate agent mogul. But that wasn't the case at all. He was a con man. Well, Umar does the same thing. Yeah, thank you for the super chat, Andrea. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get back to this.
Okay. Jay Morrison, yeah, he was caught conning. The big buff dude that got caught cheating, I forgot what his name was. He's a bit of a con. Most of those Negroes from New York, Brother Polite, Young Pharaoh, they're all caught at some point. I never said everyone was perfect. But gee whiz, nobody. There are a few people that said that Dr. Claude Anderson was no good, but yet he was successful in many ways, and not just his company alone, because he owned a fish company. He's retired with 5 books, and I'm asking again, what are your accomplishments? Sir.
Yes. Here we go.
Oh no.
We're my Manchester, UK Africans. I will be speaking at Manchester University, God willing.
No. I can't allow myself to throw up once again. I cannot allow myself to come to this nonsense once again. Now, this is what people were speaking on. Fair use.
The biggest issue at play is not just the exploitation of African resources. It's not just the overthrow of democratically elected African governments.
Oh yeah, Lisa. This is what I was telling you about.
It's about trying to turn the black race into a permanent underclass. We have to understand something. White supremacy was birthed in this country. I know because I'm a psychologist, and it was Francis Galton. Francis Galton, one of the psychologists right here in London, came up with the theory of the massacre races. Francis Galton said African people were intellectually inferior, and that they should systematically be bred out of existence. In fact, when Cecil John Rhodes created the Rhodes Scholarship, he said the purpose of the Rhodes Scholarship was to continue to imbibe the British imperial ethos. We have to understand white supremacy is about complete subjugation of African people, territories, resources, and ambition. But we as blacks, we as Africans, proud Africans, have to keep in mind that the greatest colonization is the colonization of the mind. We cannot ever give up on the belief that we can be free. Let other people laugh at us. Let them mock at us. Let them make jokes and let them misrepresent us. But as long as you have a heart beating in your chest, there's an opportunity for African independence. I want to say that our worst problems are not even behind us. We got Bill Gates looking through Africa claiming to be working on medical improvements for children. We got Bill Gates looking through Africa claiming to be working on food security. But Bill Gates ain't doing nothing about the fact that there are little black children in the Democratic Republic of the Congo being forced to mine cobalt, being forced to mine lithium, being forced to mine coltan, so Tesla can have rechargeable batteries. So
in my theory, Elon Musk had a small group of people dig up that coltan, and then that same coltan is that they can turn it into a weapon of mass destruction, and or chips for Tesla, because again, Teslas work electrically. They're not motorized. They're worked electrically. And by the way, those Tesla trucks are trash. Those Tesla trucks are straight trash. Those Teslas are straight trash. It's becoming that bad, for Elon. But guess who's making electric cars now? Africa. South Africans. I don't know exact ones, but South Africans are making way better company. At this point, fuck Elon Musk. He's losing millions and millions. You know what Khalid Muhammad used to do? He used to let the white man go first. He used to let the white man go because he had the same debate with, I forgot whoever it was, and it's like the same thing here. Umar debating Elon Musk's father here. It's quite entertaining nevertheless.
okay. Every non-African that has come to Africa has come to take and not to give. I close with this by a sergeant of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who said it best: for whatever and back with them. Ownership of wealth. And that private ownership of wealth is with an agenda of exploiting the labor of the poor masses. Mm-hmm. Under capitalism, you will always have poverty. Mm-hmm. Under capitalism, you will always have disenfranchisement. Mm-hmm. Because capitalism says that the top 1% richest people of the world should rule over the bottom 99%. This is all he said.
If anyone has any questions, anyone have any concerns, please don't hesitate to put it in the chat, because I'll try to answer the question as much as I possibly can. I don't want to know everything, because let me tell you how knowledgeable Umar is. He reads almost every book. ever since he's been in high school and college, or actually he's been to a some type of military school. He's been reading nothing but books. Not only does he read books, but he reads newspapers as well. How many of you say have picked up a newspaper and actually looked not at the funnies, but at some that the political pages and whatnot, or have gone to the library and done so, or not just look up what's going on in the internet. Anybody can Google anything in the internet, but to buy what used to be a 25-cent paper, now it's like $1.50 or some crazy shit, because that's all he does. And people often people often ask me, well, why doesn't he just have like computer classes and stuff like that? You have to be acquainted with your people, head eye to eye, corner to corner, because most people are not going to do most parents. I shouldn't say most parents, because often parents have to go to work, and we can't even afford a babysitter. We can't trust no goddamn babysitters nowadays. You can't hardly, and in some cases, I'm not saying all, but in some cases, you can't even trust people in your family to watch your children. So you're just gonna have to swallow it in hopes that your children have grown up fast, because you usually just say, look, I mean, my daughter's a teenager now, so she can take care of herself. She can take care of herself. I still wouldn't let her walk alone. I still wouldn't let her. I'll probably have her walk to the mailbox and back, which where I could see the mailbox, and have her walk towards the mailbox and have her walk back. You know what I'm saying? But most of these people you just can't trust. You can't trust to watch your children. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna trust somebody to homeschool your children, fine. If you're gonna do it, fine. Be serious about it. Be serious about it. And your kids better read at a particular level. Because when it's high time to take him to an actual school, he better learn how to read. Straight up.
Without confidence in yourself, you are twice defeated in the race of life. That if the black man and woman are not careful, we will drink at all the poison of Western civilization. Because the opposition says that it's wrong for African people to dream. But was not England once a dream? Was not the United States once a dream? Wasn't Australia once a dream?
Yes.
Wasn't Israel once a dream?
Yes.
So if the British can dream, if the Christians dream, if the Americans dream, what? Are you that hypocritical? Are you that disingenuous that you're going to tell me that I need the help of somebody who robs my resources to get rich and come back and give me aid? How about you get out and leave the resources to me? Black queens forever.
Nobody knows.
And Bill Gates.
All right. So there's that. So yeah, I don't know why Lennon is so jealous of this guy. I really have no idea. No clue at all. But he's old and terrible. He is old and terrible. You don't care about not fool. Worry about your own kids. Worry about your own life. Worry about your own kids. I mean, we on this side of the aisle, we hadn't sniffed anything about you. other than the back of your neck. Never mind. We don't care about nothing about you, bro. Nothing. Nothing at all. I mean, you're gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And pretty soon, within a couple of months, nobody's gonna care. Unless he does something absolutely crazy. Unless something he does something absolutely positively crazy or gets arrested or something like that, then you're gonna comment anyway. You're gonna go on, oh my God, Umar Johnson got arrested. Wait, hold on. Wait, Umar Johnson got arrested. Oh, I got him. Ooh, I got some nails. I got some nails. You ain't got shit. Oh, Umar got somebody pregnant. This is sad. This is sad. Umar got 5, 6, 7 women pregnant. He has 4 baby mamas. No. I can prove to you. I can prove to y'all without shadow of a doubt. I had the receipts. I had the receipts right here. I had the receipts that he got 6. He has 6 baby mamas pregnant, and he has 6 daughters. Oh wait. I had to calculate that because he had the other baby with the one woman, and then he had another baby with the one woman, and he had 2 babies. This guy's a joke. But let me catch him in the act, doing something foul in the park, like what he did that one time at the park. But it'll be wrong for me to do some type of commentary or joke about him. It's wrong for me to do it. I mean, there are more important things right now than what you're doing right now, and that's basically embarrassing yourself. They're not laughing with you; they're laughing at you. If you need to believe it or not, the Cookie Crush chat ain't doing nothing but if they wanted to turn on you, they'll turn on you right then. They'll turn on you right away. But ever since I don't know if you and what's her name? AAS are still in alignment with one another. I don't know. I don't care. But ever since everything she stopped, she hasn't stopped doing Umar content, but she slowed down at least. At least. Nigga, you are still stroking this, trying to stroke this dude's, you know what? And Umar's heterosexual, right? But yet you have a wife. I bet this nigga wait for his wife to go to sleep. I gotta do some Umar content real quick. Anyway, on to the next. Now, this was a pretty good interview by a couple of individuals. Let's watch.
Later, here we are. I got a question for you, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just get straight into it. Prior to you being the prince of Pan-Africanism,
yes, sir.
What was your upbringing like?
My upbringing.
Were you raised Christian, Catholic? Like, what was your upbringing like?
Muslim, Sunni Orthodox.
Okay,
my father was a traditional Muslim.
Your father wasn't a Muslim. Your father wasn't a Muslim. That's what he was saying. Your father wasn't a Muslim. You weren't a Muslim. Stop it, Omar. Stop it. I'll be watching this. I'll be watching. My God.
Mother's family, they were Baptist Christian.
Okay.
Have an uncle who's a pastor. My grandmother, my paternal grandmother, dad's mom, she was a Jehovah's Witness. Amen. You feel me?
Yeah.
So then after a while, they finally, accepted. ancestors who died, to wake up and find out not only Latinos are being initiated into voodoo, white people.
Nah.
Yes.
Nah,
What do you mean,
man.
no?
Yeah.
Listen.
Nah, I don't know about that one.
Oh, you don't know
yeah,
about? Let me
yeah.
give you a story.
Hell nah.
Let me give you a story.
White person doing voodoo?
You don't know?
I've never seen one,
Bro. I got a phone call one day. Listen to this.
A lot of them go to Haiti and try
This is
to
about
find
7-8 years ago. This is about 7-8 years ago. I got a
tripping
phone call. Dr. Umar, we want you. We having a Bois Iman celebration. The 21st. That's my birthday.
That's the day before my birthday. Oh, you a Leo?
Oh, yes, sir.
That's why y'all connect like
That's how we
that.
Connect like
So
that.
check. I'm like, oh shit, I just got invited to speak at the Bois Iman. You know what I mean? To sign, that's me. That's Aline, that's me. I get there. I said, who in charge? They said her. I said, who? They said her. The fucking snow bunny.
Oh,
Was in charge of the Quaima celebration in Brooklyn.
Nah.
The sisters was there. They was drumming. They did the ceremonies. Some of them caught the spirit and all that. But who ran the whole shit? The white woman. And guess what I was told by some of the Haitian brothers and sisters? They said, Dr. Umar, allegedly, she getting grants and funding from the city and everything for this.
Isn't a woman from the NAACP that run some white woman that runs the NAACP? So I believe everything they said.
They hustle in the culture.
That's all they do.
They hustle in the culture.
That's all
Now
they
let
do.
me give y'all what's going to happen. I'm going to give you this. Prophecy. If we don't stop this, 25 years, guess what's going to happen? If you want to study Ifa, the white folks going to say, you have to get a master's or a bachelor's. That's what they're going to do.
Yeah.
And you have to pass
Nah, that's gonna be crazy. That's
You're
gonna be
going to have
crazy.
to pass a test and get a license from the state of Florida to practice traditional African religion. I promise you it's coming. You think these white folks studying this shit just to know it? They're going to colonize it because they see all the Africans in the diaspora trying to reconnect to their indigenous spiritual systems. They're looking at the cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. They're looking at the money. And so the Latinos, the non-African identifying Latinos, because I don't want to disrespect my Afro-Latinos who ride hard with us, right? But the non-African loving Latinos, they want to colonize it, and the white man want to colonize it. We keep this shit up, they're going to own our own spiritual system, and you're going to have to get a college degree to even practice it.
Man.
I promise you.
So how do we prevent that from happening?
Stop teaching them the damn culture. But that's going to be hard. You know why? Because they paying.
Right.
Unfortunately, you got unscrupulous people in religion and in spirituality. So if I show up to Africa with a bag, I'm like, yo, teach me everything you know about Ifa, everything you know about voodoo, right? Here go 25 G's.
They're going to teach you.
You turn on the TV, you see white people being made priests in Africa.
Yeah.
Y'all see it, right? He's a priest of the village. Stone cold white, blue-eyed blonde. How the hell he became a priest? He paid for that.
Man, that's crazy.
The hand that pays is the hand that rules.
Since we're talking about Haiti right now, right? What's one of the reasons you think that Haiti's going through what it's going through right now?
Iridium.
Iridium.
Haiti has the purest form of iridium in the world. It has the second largest deposit of iridium. Okay. And the reason why iridium is so important to the white man is iridium is a metal that does not melt under the hottest temperatures. It's absolutely necessary for your electromagnetic revolution, your military weapons, and most of all, your space shuttles. Okay. You understand? So in order for him to build this new world, this community on Mars, you know, all of this he's planting, all this Elon Musk stuff,
They need the
you
iridium.
need iridium. And Haiti got the most. America can't let Haiti stabilize. Because if Haiti runs herself, if Haiti is control of her resources, they can sell that iridium to Russia.
Yeah.
They can sell that iridium to China. America is not going to let Haiti get in a position of power where she's dictating her own destiny, because then that means they don't control the mineral deposits. Haiti also has a very large untapped reservoir of gold.
Yeah.
You got to remember now, back when the French had the island during slavery,
that's what
Haiti was considered, what did they call it? They called it the
almost like Treasure Island.
Yes. Haiti was that. You see, the white man know what he's doing. He will never let Haiti stabilize. And remember, before Hugo Chavez was murdered, the president of Venezuela. They say he died. CIA got it. He bowed to America. He said the Haitian earthquake, which is the Haitian earthquake, was meant for us, not Haiti. Yes. What? Yes. The Haitian earthquake was meant for us, not Haiti. It's just the trajectory, right?
It was in
man-made.
That's deep.
Man-made.
It's the same man-made shit that happened in Dubai a couple of months back. The whole rain cloud situation. They made their own version of the rain cloud, and it hit the what was it? It hit the atmosphere, and all of a sudden, rain just kept coming, and it kept coming, and it kept coming, and it was a flood. So I believe it. People need to stop messing with Mother Nature. All them beautiful cars and all that beautiful land gone.
And Chavez also did a lot for Haiti too. He built the airport. He did a lot. He did a lot for Haiti, and then
you got to remember, a lot of those Latino speaking countries, Central and South America, respect to them.
Oh, hit the like button, share, subscribe. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, and please do not forget to. I'm gonna try to bring the price down. I'm gonna try to bring the price down to at least $199 a month, because I know how difficult it is going to be coming into this this summer, because I don't know how pricey gas, oil, electric. I don't know how big that's going to be. The food prices under Donald Trump, I don't know how it's going to be. There's a package of meat, those small packages of meat. I believe it's like a pound of meat, right? You know those little small packages? They're $6. And I said to myself, I said, I might as well just get 3 pounds for $10. I might as well. So that's just my local grocery store. So I know it's gonna be hard for y'all, so I'm gonna try my best to get the prices down for y'all. But definitely hit the like button, smash the like button, smash it, and let's just try to get a couple of memberships. Let's try to get a couple. It's gonna be difficult. I understand it. And you know what? Sidebar. You know what I found out? Even making $25, $26 an hour is not gonna be enough to sustain an economy. It's just not. Hell, making $30 an hour ain't gonna be sustainable enough. For certain families, yes, but let's just say a large family of 6, that's not going to be sustainable enough. It may do a little something for me and my wife, because we only have 2 kids. So go and get a house of 4, a 4-bedroom house. We're stable for now. Only thing we have to worry about is food. But guess what? Making $30 an hour, you gotta worry about car payments. You gotta worry. Unless you can get them car payments free and clear, or if Donald Trump is honorable as he proclaimed that he is, a capitalist, he would, I don't know, honestly, give away a few cars. But we ain't gonna see that. Hell, that might be your reparations. Him giving away 20 cars. 20 cars to 20 lucky families in each city. That ain't gonna, just like who gave away free cars? Oprah Winfrey gave away free cars. He said, look underneath this. I remember that episode. Just look underneath your seat. And she gave away free cars to everybody. Everybody who was in that studio.
Of course.
Haiti did a lot for them.
We gave them a lot of them. We gave a lot of them when they
got their independence. Yeah. If it wasn't for Haiti.
If you pay attention to all their flags, all their flags.
And keep in mind, Haiti is the first independent Pan-Africanist country in the world. Even before Ethiopia said, come back home, Haiti said, if you can get here,
you're free.
You were free and you were a citizen. This before you even had a passport. You see? So we got the history, but now we need that hope and that courage again. It's why our children aren't running around of a tomorrow. We got them under demonic possession of things they don't want to be. I want to have. You see that? I don't want to become this. I want to own this. That's not who we are as African people.
Imagine dethroning your oppressor in an African to pay them reparations.
Yes,
that's part of the reason why Haiti is the way that
Which
it is.
they
People
just
understand.
finished paying off.
They just finished paying.
They just finished
200 years of paying back after you did them for your freedom.
So speaking of what you just said, just to piggyback. So segregation helped us or hurt us in America?
Segregation helped us, right?
Yeah.
But we have to talk about why. Because people say, Dr. Umar, shouldn't we bring back segregation because we did better when we were separate? But did you do better when you were separate? Necessity is the mother of invention. The reason we have is because the white man did not allow you to participate in his reality. You follow me? You were excluded from his hospital. Your children were excluded from his schools. So, because necessity is the mother of invention, force for self. Some people say the white man should put segregation. You telling me your enemy got to separate you from him in order for you to do right by yourself? You're the walking dead. Your enemy never plays a role in your liberation. But you got black people saying they need to separate us again so we can rebuild Black Wall Street. If you need the white man to separate you from him in order for you to do right, you have to. The Chinese need the white man to separate him. Do the Arabs need the white man to separate him?
Never.
Think about that. Nobody else need to be physically separated from the man. The they black, why you got to be separated? Because you're in love with your enemy. You're in love with your enemy. So yes, it hurts, but only because you wasn't allowed to participate. The minute white, you ain't saying your blessing because the man said you ain't got to live in that ghetto. You can come out here to the suburbs. We do. We packed our bags and abandoned our community.
Man.
You know, I have the green books. I look in the green books. I look at, you familiar with the green book?
No, what's the green book?
So the green book is the all African business.
Okay.
The green book.
Currently, or this is old school?
Old school.
Okay, okay.
So as a black traveler, you'll get the green book in every state.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, let you know what a hotel.
The book for blacks. So when you decide, you know where to go and where not to go.
Exactly. The green book is
you need to eat. That's where you eat.
Yeah, it's a green book.
Sleep is where you have
original green book.
Get out of here.
Oh, I mean, historic. Oh man, so many.
But you know, but you know, it's so sad what you're saying. We just came back from my son graduated. You know, we have to look up the sundown. I like sundown
towns. They still have.
Are you serious? They still have that?
Yeah. Nah, that don't exist.
Yes, they do.
Listen,
yes, they do.
My family live in Carolina. I be all through there, bro.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Yes, they do.
I wish somebody would tell me.
Listen.
Go to Virginia.
When we got the map actually show you how to avoid the sundown.
Wow.
For real?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. It shows you.
I remember there was one YouTuber There was one particular YouTuber. He knows who he is. He knows who he is. There is no sun. He went to Q Butters Live and had the nerve to tell these Negroes there is no such thing as a sundown town. I was like, are you crazy? There's a sundown town in Michigan, of all places. And what was a sundown town? Some people just got the wrong skin, just got the right skin for the wrong reasons. I always wanted to ask guys, like, why do you give these Negroes who don't even believe in themselves my color skin? There ain't no sundown towns. What do you think? What do you think all those people do late at night when you're at the grocery store? They rob, steal, and kill. Rob, steal, and kill because they ain't got nothing else. They ain't got nothing else going on for them. They don't. They have no hope. They got nothing to lose. Like crabs in the barrel. They're gonna make if my life has to be miserable, your life has to be miserable as well. So they'll do anything and everything.
You had to avoid the sundown. I was like, we're in 2025.
There was just a story on the news of a brother or sister UPS drop.
Yeah.
You saw that?
Yeah, I seen that.
And he went to deliver a package, or this recent. It was on YouTube.
Yeah.
And the white people told him, make sure you out of here before the sun go down.
Yes, crazy.
And they said, why? They said, because white folks don't take kind of y'all out here. If they catch you here when the light go down, you could lose your life. Remember the young brother, the truck driver who was hanged not too long ago? They found him down there?
Yeah.
Some people were saying he was in a sundown town. He went to the hotel first. They should sue the hotel because the hotel told them they didn't have no rooms.
Yeah.
They need to make sure they didn't have no rooms, because if y'all had rooms and y'all denied them, y'all complicit in the murder. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he went and he took a nap in the truck station. You know how the truck drivers, they'll just sleep in a truck at certain depot. That's what he did. And they hanged him. He was in a sundown town.
That's crazy.
They got sundown towns in South Africa still, you know.
In South Africa?
Yes. When apartheid fell in 1994, the white people who refused to accept Nelson Mandela as president, guess what they did? They withdrew into the heart of South Africa and created their own quote unquote country that was never desegregated in South Africa. To this day, black people not allowed in that city, bro. Today!
That's crazy.
And we got the same thing in America, places where you're not allowed in.
Yeah.
Today.
I want to stay right there with Ibrahim
Traore. Yes, sir.
Now that brother
He the
put
main
some
man.
work
Yes,
in.
sir.
He's put
I
some work
have given him my #1 Pan-Africanist slot.
I saw that. You said you number 2
I'm
now.
number 2 now.
Word.
Yes, sir.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
He kicked the French out.
He kicked the French out.
Paid them back.
I like
Yes,
him.
sir.
I like him.
Yes, sir.
I like
my
him.
biggest concern,
bad
and
motherfucker.
I'm gonna start keeping a brother in my prayers.
Wow. Welcome to the live. I don't want to butcher your name. I'm just gonna call you D. Well, welcome to the live stream.
My biggest concern, what did we talk about earlier?
Yeah.
The inner circle.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The inner circle.
He has to be very
You
careful.
got to be very careful. I think the ancestors with him, and I think the Almighty looking out for him, but he very careful. And it sounds like the president of Senegal came over to them now. I think sooner or later, it's looking like they might actually bring forth Marcus Garvey and Kwame Nkrumah's dream of a United States of Africa. Because right now, you have the African Union. But the problem with the African Union, if we are the presidents of different countries and we make a decision, you don't have to follow it. See that? In the United States of America, if the Congress votes, everybody got to follow it.
Yeah, everyone.
African Union, it's not binding.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the AU is more of a symbol than substance. We need a United States of Africa.
Right.
Yeah.
I got a question. Oh, go ahead. Marcus Garvey, right? How when did you find the knowledge of him? When did that come about in your life?
I was introduced to the Honorable Marcus Garvey, I believe, in Black History class. So,
this might be breaking news, but then again, this may not. When it comes to Tribe. Let's see what's going on here real quick.
News channel, we cover stories that don't receive mainstream attention, and we serve as the voice to the global Black community. We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media, connecting the African and standing for excellence.
It was reported that 47 trucks carrying weapons disguised as humanitarian aid were seized by Captain Ibrahim Traore. 47 trucks carrying weapons worth $100 were seized at the borders of Burkina Faso. This raises serious questions. How that these guys use humanitarian aid channels to transport dangerous weapons to West Africa, especially in a time like this where they're battling with security challenges. How were they so confident in transporting 47 trucks fully loaded with weapons into Burkina Faso? How were they so confident? This raises questions, right? Is it that there is someone working in the background in Burkina Faso? Or these guys are backed up with external forces we know and are so confident? How are they so confident that they will pass through the borders without being searched? It was reported that the trucks filled with weapons disguised as humanitarian aid were being transported from a neighboring country. So they felt that they would not be searched. And when asked to present papers, they presented fake documents. And due to the inconsistencies presented in the documents, the Border Patrol officers had to search. And when they opened the trucks, they saw boxes labeled medical aid, only to search further and they saw.
Interesting. And people say that this guy Traore is this fake captain or whatever. I often say let the progress commence and let the man do what he does. I mean, he's very young. He's like what, 37 or something like that. Very, very young general. He's already paid and kicked out the French, given the people of Africa free healthcare and free education. Yeah, that's an accomplishment. To me, anyway. To me.
Grenades, night vision, Googles, and the likes. It was a well-coordinated plan, and we are searching for answers. We want to know who sent them, and the Burkina Faso government have launched an investigation to know who sent the guys and who is to receive them in Burkina Faso. I'm sure that if they are to transport that to Burkina Faso, there is someone waiting to receive them. So we want to know who is to receive them in Burkina Faso. Does this mean someone in Burkina Faso, someone among the officials, someone close to Captain Ibrahim Traore, is supposed to receive them? I know we know that the West have a hand in this, but who is to receive these guys in Burkina Faso?
Gotta learn more. Gotta learn more about our allies, and you have to learn about your enemies too. Now let's get into it. And I did see that Lapeef is doing some type of segment on Umar. I'll watch it when I watch it. I don't. People have their own opinion, so people just doing it just for content's sake. So I'll watch it a little bit later. But for right now, I'm just gonna get into this a little bit, and then we can go on about our daily lives.
4th or 5th grade is when I got my deeper knowledge of Garveyism would come when I joined the Garvey movement. So I was introduced in elementary school, mastered it when I joined the Garvey movement coming out of undergrad. So fresh out of undergrad or just before undergrad, just before I graduated from undergrad, I joined the Garvey movement.
And someone like me who went to a, you know, I don't want to feel bad about myself, but also I went to a PWI school.
So did I.
I went to the University of Florida. They never talked about Black history the way you talk about Black history. And I feel like I missed. And I just want to know, is that a bad thing or is that an
It depends on how you look at it. On the one hand, it's a bad thing because they're denying you access to the truth. On the other hand, it could be a good thing because if a white person gives you your history, you're giving them control over your memory. You see? So they might give you the Honorable Marcus Garvey in a way that makes you ashamed to know who he is. They might give you Queen Mother Harriet Tubman in a way that make you ashamed to know who she is. They might give you Malcolm in a way that make you ashamed to know who he is. So yes, it's bad on the surface because you're denying children their history while you're giving white kids theirs. But then on the other hand, it's also protective because if they're giving it to you in the wrong way, that could damage you permanently too. So for example, the school district of Philadelphia is the first school district in America with a required African-American studies course. You got to take it to get your high school diploma, right? I voted against it. I didn't have an official vote, but I didn't support it. And people said, why you don't support Black kids knowing their history? I said, I do. I don't support them being taught their history by white people. See that?
That's real.
I said, we want white people who can't stand our kids to teach them who their heroes was. Only a slave would do that shit. Think about that. You don't see Chinese in the public school begging the white teachers to teach them about Mao Zedong.
Right.
You don't see the damn Vietnamese talking shit. They teach them themselves. You don't let nobody tell your kids who they are. But we so damn lazy and trifling, we want white people to do everything, even teach them who they are.
Okay. I want to get to the nitty. I want to get to something a little shaken, a little bit stirred up. I watched this earlier, and like I said, it was a pretty good segment. So let me see.
Because his girlfriend,
she beat him bad. Say it's fertilized with the blood of the enslaved
This is it right here. This is it.
Do you have to hit a woman? I mean,
no point.
Okay, no point, right?
At no point.
So
walk away.
Because I have a friend, he's missing an eyeball because his girlfriend, she beat him bad. He couldn't escape. He tried to escape. She kept attacking him, jumped on his back.
How can a man not escape from a woman?
That's my question too.
Oh man, a woman is a human being. That's how.
Yeah, but come on.
So wait. Listen.
Unless she a power lifter or a WWF or something like.
Come on, man.
Wait. Time out. Yeah, that's just a lot about. Okay, wait. Okay, so you guys telling me a woman can't do man damage? That's what y'all saying?
No.
Okay, exactly.
She can't stop him from evading the location, from leaving.
She could throw the first punch, but at that moment, he could make a decision.
He can make a decision.
I have a personal story. I went through something. I left the house. I turned around. I'm about to get hit by a car. But when they on it.
Yeah.
Men just want to make an excuse to hit a woman. They just want to make that excuse. There is no excuse. But it's fascinating, right? It's fascinating that all these other people who have their own platforms, they try to find ways. But if you're not in charge of anything, I mean, ain't no law, and plenty of these dudes say, well, this is the reason why these laws protect women. They protect women from people like me. You know, the laws protect us from getting at white people, aiming for people like, oh, come on now. When they, here we go with this equal rights shit. But we want to be fair. He said the equal rights women want should come from equal left. Wait. The equal rights women want should come with equal lefts. Oh, right. Equal rights should come with equal lefts. No, you cannot hit a woman. Even though I do admit some of them do get on your nerves, especially with all this jibber jabber talking. I can't stand it either. I cannot stand it. Sometimes I want to get the fire. Listen, I wouldn't mind it if y'all got the fire hose and started hosing the hose down. But using your closed fist on a woman, no, you can't do that. Because you're going to end up going to jail for murder one. You going to jail for murder one. A martial artist got a coconut, right? And he cracked that coconut with one punch. Needless to say that a coconut resembles your brain. And with one power punch to a woman's brain can resemble brain damage or, worse. And I know what you're going to say. Most women are brain dead. But I understand what the brother's saying, but hey, I understand it, man. I understand it, but you gotta practice some type of self-control. Self-control comes a long way, and I know patience is a virtue. Patience is very, very thin, right? Even with certain women, you have to tell you so many times to leave them alone. But in this instance, there's a fine line because we are the protectors, we are the providers of this world. And at the same time, there are nurturers. Why would you want to harm the weakest of us? Why would you want to do that?
Yeah, so wait. At some point, I'm just asking you, as a black man.
I'm with you.
I don't hit women.
Right.
I'm not that guy.
Glad to hear that.
I don't. I'm being honest with you. But you telling me as a man, I can't protect myself against a woman?
Not in the physical form of punching their back.
You get away.
You got to move her away.
And I'm gonna go before
Shake
that, right?
out of your
If
face,
you had a violent woman, right? Because there's violent women. Most of them was victims of domestic violence too, and so they learned that the only way to deal with problems is to get violent because that's how men dealt with them, right? But you see signs early on that. Women start threatening you. They joke about hurting you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They do things early like smacking and punching. You see the signs.
There's some signs.
And you choose to stay. So my question would be, what makes a man remain in an emotionally abusive relationship?
And ignore all the red flags.
Because what you're telling me is you were in a codependent relationship. There was something you felt you needed from that woman that allowed you to stay there and put up with the toxicity. And you were probably toxic for her as well, because that's how codependent relationships work. Let me give you an example of one, just so you understand what I'm saying. You got a woman who didn't have a father. She has a neurotic need to be validated by a man. Mm-hmm. She runs into an alcoholic or a drug addict. Guess what? He was sexually abused, physically abused, abandoned by his father, beat by his father. He has a need to control a woman to prove his masculinity. She has a need to be loved by a man to prove she's worth something. They meet each other. See that?
Like
codependency.
Yeah.
I need him to validate me, and for that validation, I'm willing to get my ass whipped every day. Jeez. And he says, I need her to validate me. You see that? And for that validation, I'm willing to let her put hands on me all the time.
Now, let me ask you something, because you raised a good question. Mm-hmm. Being a dad for the first time. Sometimes when you just had a kid, you a new father. This got to work for this kid.
Oh, I completely.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I completely agree with you.
So the violence, the toxicity,
unless it's a physical threat, you have to try to work that out. I even say that to snow bunny hoppers, because I get brothers hit me, Dr. Umar, I got a baby with a white girl. Should I leave her? No, you should not, until that child reaches 18. Now, once they graduate, you can get your ass up out of it. But that child didn't ask to come here. And we have no right to strip that child of the father because he decided to reproduce with the mother. So he needs to stay in that house for the sake of them babies. Because if you leave that white woman with your black children and she goes and gets a white man, you don't know how that cracker going to raise your babies. You feel me?
Yeah.
And as somebody who's dated mixed race sisters, I've heard them stories about how your white family be
mixed race.
Calling you the N-word. I dated a beautiful mixed race sister. She cried in my arms, talking about how my white grandmother used to call us the N-word, and they would buy Christmas gifts for all the white kids and none for the black kids. And yes, and that's why I don't reject mixed race Africans. Some people reject, oh, they not really black. Since when? Plantation, they was black. Yeah. Haitian Revolution, if you identify with the struggle, you was black. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the bottom
I accept them, and you know why? Nobody knows racism better than the mixed race African. You want to know why?
Yeah.
When you go home at the end of the day, you don't deal with white folks no more.
Yeah.
You only deal with what they allow you to see on the job.
That's real.
But when you got a white mother and you go home, you get all that shit.
That's
Your
true.
grandma ain't going to control her words.
Right.
Your
That's
white
true.
uncle ain't going to control
That's
his
real.
word. What did Barack Obama say?
Nah,
He said,
real.
my
That's
grandparents
real.
used to use the N-word like it was a regular part of their vocabulary.
True.
So why are you rejecting mixed race Africans when they can probably teach you more about racism than you can ever read in a book because they live with the racists?
So if a woman jump up and bust you in the head with a brick and you bleeding, and she
Why did I even let her get the brick?
After all that, he's still. So if a woman busts your head with a brick, first of all, she has to have reason to bust me upside the head with a brick. She had to have perfectly good reason to bust me upside the head with a brick, but I don't think she would want to go there. Wasn't it that one girl that proclaimed that she got busted upside the head with a brick? I mean, it goes both ways, right? I guess. No, don't pick up. Both of y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail. The only way to avoid any type of conflict is to walk away. When you're dealing with the weaker sex, just walk away. And as she followed, the only way you can defend yourself properly is she constantly putting hands on you. Have no other choice. But as a man, you should be able to take. You should be able to take her punches unless she's an MMA fighter or something. Unless she's an MMA fighter, she takes you down and tries to one arm lock you. I'll walk away from that.
And she coming back to you for another swing, you retreating.
I'm going to tackle her and I'm out.
Exactly. So pause.
I'm not going to hurt her. I'm just
no,
gonna
but
tackle
pause.
her.
That's what I'm
If
talking
she
about.
blocking the door, if she ain't blocking the door, I'm not going to hurt her. But if I got to move it to the side, I'll move it to the side.
Move it to the side.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all I wanted to hear.
For me, here's me.
That's all I wanted to hear.
Hey, Breeze,
here's the thing, though, because you brought up a very serious conversation.
No, because guys deal with this every day.
But hear what I'm saying, though. As much as you say that, though, when you look at femicide and homicide in our community, black women are way more likely to be murdered by a black man than a black man is to be murdered by a black woman.
Ooh,
you hear what I'm telling you?
That's deep.
Black women are more likely to be unalived by their lover than the women of any other race. So we can't play with that domestic violence thing. Every day you wake up, you damn near hear about a black man who killed this woman.
Yeah.
And now they're killing their kids. Before, only Caucasians did that.
And taking their lives.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'm going to kill the mom, the kids, and I'm going to off. We never did that before.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
See?
That's true.
And a lot of
That's
this
true.
has to deal with the spiritual famine that we're dealing with as a people. We done bought so much into European capitalism that we think being happy is about what you own and how you look. Tell them to recognize that if you have a relationship with consciousness, spirit is going to be destitute. Destitution of spirit, you're going to attract all type of unholy behavior.
That's something
we under demonic possession and we don't even know. Listen, when you watch them, when you listen to that Puffy trial,
right,
and all the sick shit they were doing,
right,
and don't get me wrong, I'm riding with Puff because I believe he's innocent of the charges.
Right.
Yes.
He ain't innocent. He's innocent of the charge. You understand? So when you prove the black man guilty in court, I'm riding with it. Or to let the white man take over because he can go on all of us. Right? When you look at what Puffy is doing, right?
Yeah.
Y'all pissing on each other. Y'all doing all
on each other like
yo, you what the fuck? That's some wild, bro. Let me tell you. I believe.
Wait a minute. Wait, no one said anything about touching the nipples, spreading your seed. You know what? I blame the parents. I blame the parents. I blame the parents because it was told to me. I don't pay attention to none of that crap, but because if Puffy's doing it, then Hollywood itself is doing it, black, white, otherwise. Wasn't it true that Puffy married her at an early age or something like that? I don't know. I don't pay attention to that because we got people who aren't in the life, aren't in the Hollywood sphere doing the same stuff, and they get away with it. But there's a specific book that I should have saved on my computer, which people should be getting and reading. And it deals with that same wicked stuff. It deals with the same wickedness. But when I heard it that Cassidy, helped introduce these things, and of course we found out that the escorts were men. I'm like, oh God, and that's how baby oil came into the mix. It was like, how sick is this? That gave a whole new meaning to the word freak off. And he was watching. He was sitting back watching and touching himself. You sick freak. You are sick. Take that. It's trauma. It's trauma. It is trauma. It is trauma to the mind. It is trauma. Listen, to those who have kids, to those parents who have kids, we need to have a lesson of the minds here. My father, what he used to do, he used to take me a drive. We used to drive all around Lansing to certain spots. And we traveled to East Lansing, right? Because East Lansing was the place back. It was the spot back then, the hot spot when I was younger. And he used to tell me all types of things that go on in nightlife, and it wasn't even that heavy. You know what? It wasn't even that heavy, that sick then. And then he used to take me to not Gregory's. It was the Black and Tan. My uncle owned a bar back then. And one time there was like knife fights, and we ain't had no gunplay then, but there were a whole bunch of knife fights, and it was terrible. He used to teach me, tell me crazy stories about, how about what things not to enter in. And if don't fight unless you don't have if you don't have no other choice. In this situation, you just gotta learn this. Most times I stay in the house. Most times I don't like to go out because you don't know what's out there. As my grandmother say, ain't nothing out this late. Past 12 o'clock, ain't nothing out this late but the devil and the devil's helpers. It's true, unless you at the casino or something wasting your money, which not often. Sometimes I go to the casino and probably win, or I'll win some money, then I'll lose some money, then I'll lose some money, and I'll win some money. You just mind your own business. And at the end of the day, you just go home. You just go home. We're not young like we used to be. We're older. We get tired. We get weary, and we get up miserable to go to a place that we don't want to go. Low paying, some, not all. This life lessons. Puffy is in his 40s. He's in his freaking 40s. Uh-oh. I'm calling.
Of addictive toxicity. I don't care what it is.
Hello.
Puffy case is sex. Somebody else case is drugs, opioids, right?
Yeah.
Hello.
If you're experiencing that level of addictive toxicity, I know you have a deeper problem that you're trying to escape from.
Hello.
Sex is Puffy's escape.
Hello.
If I could sit down with Puffy, I would ask him, bro,
Hello.
what did you go through in your childhood? What is hurting you so much inside that you're using these freak offs as an escape? Do you feel me?
Probably the passing of his father.
Probably.
Got a point.
Cassie, you just as freaked out as Puff. What did you go through in your childhood that has you escaping through the freak off? It's no different than somebody go to the crack house. It's no different than somebody go to the liquor store to get drunk. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's no different than somebody go to the restaurant to overeat. What problem are you trying to suffocate with this addictive behavior? Because Puffy didn't start that freaked out. He grew into it. Because what do we know about an addiction? The thing that you're using to suffocate the problem you're hiding can't address the problem you're hiding. So you have to do more and more of it to try to convince yourself that it can work, even though it can't. You see that?
Yeah.
That's how addictions form, because you keep trying to use this to deal with this, and it can't.
Right.
So Puffy got some sort of deep-seated psych issue, right? Kanye, you keep running to these snow bunnies. Now that you get a divorce from this one. And bro,
Now you're talking about other stuff.
I know
now.
what we all know what Kanye thing is.
Yeah. Right.
He never grieved the passing of his mother, bro.
Exactly.
True.
And the problem with these celebrities is they ain't got nobody they can trust to go to. I told them they could come to me. I won't tell nobody. Sit on my couch. You gonna pay me, but sit on my couch. They don't have nobody they can go to, bro. They paranoid.
You should have a line around the world.
They paranoid.
No, but
You should have a line.
I think what it is with you, though, the reason that they won't come to you, they feel like if anybody see them associate themselves with you,
you're absolutely correct.
They'll lose a lot.
You're absolutely correct.
Let me ask you this.
Absolutely.
You ever in fear of your life? Not fear in the sense
No,
of
I understand.
I didn't know Puffy was 57 years old. 57 years old and you dealing with this? And you going through with this? And you got Jaguar right on your ass? Yeah, fucking Jay-Z's 60 something. Jay-Z is 60 something. It's always all the men who get ostracized. It's always all these famous men. Even Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman lost his freaking hand at diabetes, which we all need to be careful. Even me, I need to be careful too. Hot damn, man! Everywhere I turn, every time I hear the news or I turn on YouTube, it's Puffy, it's Jay-Z, it's Morgan Freeman, it's Wesley Snipes. It's nothing but brother. Oh, Smokey Robinson. I almost forgot. Smokey Robinson. Hey, Smokey Robinson is damn near 80 years old. Being with you. Oh, I'm getting arrested. Oh shit. Something is wrong. Something is very, very, very wrong. That's what happens when you fuck with Hollywood. Hollyweird. Controlled by white people. But who knows? Who cares?
Afraid to die, but more so like of the would-be attackers.
I say this.
That man have God energy. No way.
But you're still human.
Let him talk.
Okay.
Let him talk.
But you're right. But you're still human. I would say this. When I study Malcolm, who's one of my heroes, and when I study Dr. King, who's one of my heroes, and when I study Medgar Evers, who was also assassinated, Malcolm and King got to a point when their life became in jeopardy, according to those who was around them,
right,
that they felt they silently wished the threat of not knowing when or how began to eat away their life so much that they were damn near gone already.
Right.
Do you feel me?
Yeah.
I don't ever want to get to the point where people enjoy so much that I can't even enjoy my last days. You feel?
It's quite sad because Fred Hampton was killed in his sleep. So I don't think the brother had a dream of dying one day. But it is said that whenever you talk about death so much, that spirit catches up to you one day. Like Tupac and Biggie, they always rap about, somebody killing. I got something negative. Fuck. I don't want. No, it went. I don't want to live no more. I got death knocking at my front door. Something like that. And of course, you got Tupac with his "I saw so many years, I shed so many tears." Now that song is good, but I mean, it just talks about death so much. And fuck the world, cause I'm cursed. I'm having visions and leaving here in a hearse. Getting rid of all the pressure and all the pain. I'm getting drives going insane. I'm going blind. I'm still in time in the cell. I'm living well. I know my destiny is hell, but did I fail? You keep going and you keep going, and it's just you keep fucking with death, and death's gonna knock at your front door. It's the same thing with Sinners. If you have not seen Sinners, disappointing. The preacher's boy, Sammy's father, said these words: "You keep playing with the devil. Eventually, he will show up at your doorstep." So we want to fuel our energy with positive energy, or if at least not keep it centered. Keep it even. Let that be your yin to your yang. Let's get it.
Feel me? Yeah. So I'm saying all that to say that I consciously work to never let that fear seep in, because fear is a demon. That's an energy of its own with its own consciousness. You feel me? Yeah. And once you let fear into your life, it's hard to get it out. Yeah. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. And in African culture, we believe that the thing you fear, you give energy to actually come and get you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I never want to get to that. So I don't even like the, you know what I mean? I don't give it no move accordingly. You got to move carefully. I get them on a regular, right? I've been at events when I get a text message on my phone and say, if you come out here, we're going to blow your fucking head off. That's happened to me before. Yeah. We had to call the cops and everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't broadcast it though. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But them things happen, but I don't ever want to get to that point.
But quoting Dick Gregory, he said, fear and God cannot occupy the same space.
I completely agree.
That's real.
Fear, fear and faith.
It's very simple.
Fear and faith.
If you pray, don't worry.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Or worry, don't pray. You can't do both. It's like you can't serve two gods.
You can't.
If you're in fear, pray and let it go.
Because fear is faith in evil.
Because now once you begin to worry, you just question what you just pray for. You question the God that you're praying.
Yes, and shout Gregory, because he was a big supporter of mine, and I him.
I love Dick Gregory.
And he and I shared the stage a few times. Yeah. And the last time we shared the stage with each other was the year he transitioned. I forget if that was 16, 17, I forget the year. But when Baba Gregory transitioned, we was at the Power Talk conference in DC together. This was our third time, right? Now, we saw each other before. We did Boston together. We did another, right? But this time, he stayed at the church until after I signed every book and took every picture. And I said, why Baba Dick Gregory hanging around? He don't normally do that. He an elder, you know what I mean? Yeah. He hung around. You know, it take me about 2 hours to do the pictures, right? So when it's over, he come out the church. We outside because the church had closed down. He to me, do you know Dick Gregory stood up and talked to me and my two brothers, rest in peace to brother Manny, he's an ancestor now, and brother Trey, he's still in DC, Maryland. He spoke to us for about 7-8 hours, bro. It was like the event was over. It was like when he was done, it was damn near midnight.
You got all of that?
He gave me nothing but wisdom.
Oh,
he
I wish I was there.
He dropped the key. He just thrown it at me. Boom, boom, boom.
I wish I was there.
And then check this. And you know how you get the sense, right?
Yeah.
His driver said, we got to go, Baba Gregory. We would have been out there till the sunrise. And I'm scratching my head because I'm like, why did he choose this day to pour into me like this? And when he got in the car, I said to myself, I think he's leaving soon. Within a couple of weeks, I got the call. He went to the answer.
Wow.
He knew he was leaving me. And so he wanted to give me that last love, that last motivation before he left.
And more knowledge.
He blessed you, man.
He blessed me.
I saw.
I told them.
And you got it.
I said, yo, I think he's leaving, man.
What you talking about? Huh? Huh? If you don't stay there, you gonna stay there. May God to the heavens, may the late great Gregory Hines, aka Nigga the book, which people should go and read, may you rest in eternal power. May you rest in eternal power. Man, I'd rather hang out with the oldies. I'd rather hang out with the elders instead of these young motherfuckers. I'll tell you that right now. Not disrespect, no disrespect. It's just the elders give you such wisdom. Right? There's wise men and there's old fools. Right? And Dick Gregory was a very, very wise man. Very good wise man.
He's never stood behind and waited for me and just stood out here in front of a church and talked me up for hours. He wasn't going to leave till his driver said, it's almost midnight. Bro, we was out there like 7 hours. You feel me?
Wow.
And he went to the ancestors a few weeks later.
I got to see him right before he transitioned too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was so important for me because I didn't get to meet Nigga. He knew him personally.
Right.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Yeah, I did say it. Breaking news. Let's see what these, I'm just going to go ahead and see what these clowns are talking about.
In trying to do that, right? But you did it. Now, if you both can still agree that
you decide.
The other side to that is if the woman is able to get the man to marry her, knowing she had extra relationship intercourse with somebody else, the likelihood of the man staying with her is increased so long as she can conceal it for a long time, because the man would develop a connection with the child from birth up until the time he found out. So it's an increase. I'm not saying it's a high likelihood, but it's an increased likelihood versus not that, well, I'm married to her and I'm already married. We'd already had this history and I've been raising this boy for 5 years. So you know what? Even though I'm mad, I love the boy. I'm in love with my son.
Yeah.
Even though you even see it on countless episodes of whatever.
Yeah.
Men are still saying, you know what?
I'm still gonna be there.
I know it's wrong, but that's my son.
Yeah. So is that wrong?
So women.
Yeah. Like I said, now I'll catch the rest of it a little later on. Anything with Umar's name tagged on it is like I don't pay too much attention to it anymore, because everyone's an expert now. Everyone is an expert. They say that you got the wrong degree. For a woman, you got the wrong degree. You need this degree because I want your ass home. And then when you and then something happens to you, or the money runs out, you get broke. She now is supposed to tack on more than what she has on her plate. And you talking about protecting, you know, and I'm not gonna even get into it. Not gonna even get into it.
Get to meet Malcolm, you feel? So he was my link to the greats. Yeah. And when I went to his funeral, because his daughter called me, I believe that was his daughter, and said, we got a ticket for you because my father really took a liking to me, right? Which meant a lot to me because I'm like, that means you see me like you saw them. Right. You feel? Because we don't even need whatever you got to say. We watching him anyway.
Yeah.
But see, I've had FBI agents.
Now to the struggle streamers. This is what he says about the struggle streamers.
And they said his name is Umar Johnson. Have you heard of him? And she said, yes, we have.
Oh, yeah. So you're on the radar.
Yeah.
And when they got off the phone, they were shook. Even though they hate us, they're like, did you hear what she just said? She said they already know him. So she basically told him, we don't even need whatever you got to say. We watching him anyway.
Yeah.
But see, I've had FBI agents come to me. I had an assistant in Los Angeles pull me to the side. Agent, he said, I'm telling you right now, they're watching you. Don't get paranoid. Because if they can't get nothing on you, they'll just make it up.
What they used to do.
Wow.
She said the mistake black activists make, they try to cover, let me walk straighter. She said if they can't find it, they have the power to invent it. Then I have another FBI agent rolled up on me. She was an elder at a church. I spoke at a graduation in Philly. She said, I'm an FBI agent. You would never know, would you? I said, nah, you an elder. She said, we come in all shapes and sizes.
Whoa.
Dr. Umar, you need to watch yourself because the people you trust the most is how they get you. Because, I got nothing but respect for the elders.
Right. Yeah.
She said, I'm an agent.
And she an elder.
And she was an elder.
Well, you're going to get into those elders in a minute. Those same elders that you preach about every single day. You know about them. You know about them through highlights on YouTube, highlights on the what was it? The Boondocks. Even the agent, the elders that turned agents on the Boondocks and shit like that. You remember the Martin Luther King story when he got shot by the agent, aka Jesse Jackson, when all them niggas wore blue, but Martin Luther King, even though he was sick that day, he wore a red tie. What does red symbolize? But obviously the job didn't get done, and he ended up disappearing he ended up disappearing. They ended up taking his life, rather, at the hospital. And that's the last that we've seen of Dr. King. Man, this is trippy.
The old woman.
She said they got. She said, whatever you like, they got him.
Study.
They got him.
They study.
And that's why I got to be careful with females.
Yeah.
Vices, except 5'5" thick in the thighs. That's my only vice. You feel me? I don't club. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't park. The only vice I got is some Cinnabons. Outside, you can't get me. You can't get me.
And you in Miami, they're everywhere.
You feel me?
Goes everywhere.
You feel me?
Straight to the hotel, please.
Yo, but I tell you, this one sister told me? She used to work for the feds. She said, when you meet a woman, you must always trust your intuition.
Yes.
She said, even if you're wrong, I would rather you trust it and be wrong, not trust it and they get you. Most of us in the Black Liberation Army, she said, most of the time, we had a feeling who the agent was, but we couldn't believe it because their presentation seemed so honest.
Right.
Yes. And they was the ones. She said, always follow your gut and try to figure out if somebody an agent. And remember now, you got agents and you got informants.
Right.
Yeah. We mostly talk about informants. Remember, an agent is a paid staff.
Yeah.
No. Informant is the little crackhead on the corner reporting back. You feel me?
Hold on, break it down. Wait. Break it down again. What's the difference?
Staff. You are an employee. You have an ID card. You're getting a pension when you retire. Do you feel me? You are paid staff of the U.S. government. Informant, you are not a paid staff. You get paid based on information you bring back.
Yeah.
But can an agent be a thug?
What do you mean?
Can an agent be from the streets?
No.
A foreman's from the streets.
Right.
But basically,
It's kind of tough to be an agent from the street, but I'm sure they have some.
No,
I'm sure they have some.
They have some that plays thug role.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not a homegrown thug.
Not no home. Those boy foremen.
You basically have some of them that sit there and studies it.
Yes.
I can hear Agent Lennon. I'll call him Agent Lennon. I can hear Agent Lennon now. He ain't talking about no damn agent. Ain't nobody stunning him. He's just a coward. That he's just a fake. That's all. He's a fake. He's a phony. And I'm gonna keep exposing him till I'm 70 years old, till my teeth fall out, till I get a divorce from my wife, till I can't walk no more. I'm gonna do this live stream. How you press this button? You go keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. I'm thinking you an agent yourself. Might want to watch that, Lennon. Might want to watch that. I got my eye on you.
And then imitate the life.
Okay.
Go underground and infiltrate it.
Yeah, they gotta go through the system.
Right. But see, this is what I learned about the informants. You know what blew my mind? Informants can make more money than the agents.
Yes.
Because
what? How?
Yes.
Yes.
Listen, I'm an agent. Stay with me. I make $250,000 a year.
Okay.
Hypothetically, right? You my informant. But guess what? The information you brought me back, you didn't expose Puffy. You didn't expose Al Sharpton.
Okay.
You didn't expose the president of the NAACP, hypothetically, right? You didn't expose that drug dealer. You didn't expose the Revolutionary Army they building in South Florida to liberate Haiti. You feel me? You done brought the FBI so much sensitive information about your people that your payoff might be $1 million for what you gave.
Yeah.
You made more than me, even though you report to me.
Free to go.
I read something somewhere that said some agents make $250,000.
Yep.
Some agents make $500,000. Some agents make well over $1 million. It's all about the quality of your intel.
So if I wanted to start some Black Power movement, how would I know? Or let's say I got a group of guys. How do I know who's an agent or not?
There's no way you can know.
You'll never know.
And you know why I say that? Especially today, the technology too advanced.
Yeah, you'll never
Look at the Black Panther Party. The Black Panther Party had the best screening process ever. They went to your house. They dug in your background. They talked to your family. You feel me? Yeah. And they was a little paranoid because they had to be.
Yeah.
And wasn't Fred Hampton? Didn't his own security, his chief of security, drugged his Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
And he slept through his own death. Fred Hampton, chief of security, drugged his Kool-Aid, brother, and he slept through his own murder.
He was an informant.
So if you can get past the Panthers, shit. What we going to do?
We better stay out the way.
So wait a minute. Speaking of Black Panther, do you think there'll ever be another group like that ever?
Nah, that's over with.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, there's already a group like that.
The silver lining in Donald Trump's presidential
already a group like that, brother,
is the fact that it's this type of oppression that gives birth to movements like that.
Okay.
There's already a group like that. I met them in person more than one occasion. They just know what the lesson is, not to deal with the thing of the past, not to have people come and infiltrate. I mean, they're gonna do background checks. Hell, if someone asked me if I wanted to come join, I was that close. If I were to do it, if I was in my 20s, my late 20s, my early 30s, I would have done it. You want to be able to fight when you're young, when you're striving, when you're in your prime, not when you're old. I'll work for them. I'll help them out as much as I possibly can and whatever they need me to help them with. But hell, if they need me to protect him, which often every time he comes here or he lectures, he always has protection with him. Always. Always.
Yeah. Think about it. We ain't had a president in our lifetime who has been this blatantly. We know Trump was racist. Excuse me, Bush, son and dad, right? We've had racists, but you ain't seen nobody who said, shut down the Black Museum. You ain't seen nobody who said, executive order, you can't teach slavery. You ain't seen nobody who said, take down Harriet Tubman from the website. You feel me? Yeah. You ain't seen nobody who done it. I'm going to try to deport Black American citizens who break the law and send them to another country so they can never come back. You ain't never seen an executive order to tell the police that if you kill somebody accidentally, you ain't got to worry about going to jail because the federal government is going to pay your legal bill. You feel me? Right, you ain't seen this. We ain't seen nothing like this since Richard Nixon. You feel me? So what I'm saying, oppression gives birth to revolution. So I believe that I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure, but these are the types of times that give birth to a Huey P. Newton. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They give birth to a Fred Hampton. They give birth to a. You see what I'm saying? Talking now. You feel me? Those types of movements. So Trump is actually people to get Biden rock you. Obama rock these niggas to sleep. Exactly. Trump is the alarm clock to wake your ass up.
So the Democrat and the Republicans, how you
two parts of the same bird.
Saying two parts of the same
two parts of the same.
Two parts of the same.
Two plantations. You want to pick cotton on the red one, or you want to pick cotton blue? Same thing. Pick cotton. Fighting in all over which one to vote for. Or you arguing for which slave master you want to lash. Because ain't neither one. And, oh, well, you told Black people not to vote. First of all, I didn't tell nobody not to vote. I said I'm not voting unless I got a reason to vote. Well, look on Trump is going. And I said if Kamala Harris was in there, the only between Trump is going to make America a white supremacist empire. Kamala Harris is going to make America a non-Black empire.
Like he's doing now. But many of you thought that he was going to give you the next stimulus package. Yes, I'm wrong.
The Grand Empire. Either way, you was going to catch the same shit. Yeah. The only difference is you're going to get it from the American white man or these Chinese, Asian, and Eastern immigrants. Because that's all she was going to do was already over you. Remember when the wide receiver for Miami Dolphins, what's his name? Short brother. Remember he got pulled over by the immigrant police? Yeah. And Tyreek Hill, when they pulled him over, Tyreek Hill said, I'm Black. And what did the police say? We minorities too. Don't give us that shit. Look at that. Look at that.
Right now, I won't say
we don't want to hear about you, Black. We minorities too. See that? So if Kamala Harris would have been shit.
How do you feel about Obama? Like what he did or didn't do for us?
Outside Obama.
Beat Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas. Yeah, he trying to get Ryan Clark fired, talking about you had no business bringing up my wife. My wife and kids don't have nothing to do with this. He didn't bring up your wife. He said you.
We're talking about Ryan Clark and his bullshit. And then, of course, the story is that RG3 and Stephen A. Smith, they had a conversation. I ain't gonna even bother to pull it out, just tell you. And he has trauma from Rob Parker calling him a cornball. Oh, for all those years, he was bunny hopping and kowtowing and tap dancing like the late Gregory Hines. God bless his soul. And I love Gregory Hines, especially in Scared Straight. I loved them. I loved them in Tap. I loved them in Waiting in the Exhale. He was that actor, right? Learned everything from Sammy Davis Jr. But yet, going off topic, but yet, RG3 came out from Baylor, had a cannon, an arm, somewhat similar to who we have today. Shouts out to the Michigan Wolverines. Somewhat similar to what we have today, right? And so, Rob Parker called him a cornball, got excluded by ESPN for calling him a cornball, blah, 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 blah. Years later, when we all found out he was a coon, nevertheless, years later, you all know about the Ryan Clark situation. You all know about the white snow bunny in the back while RG3 was talking about, a black female WNBA player talking about he hates Trinity Clark. He hate her. See why? He had her. Ryan Clark basically told him the truth. He wasn't being negative or sarcastic. He wasn't being sarcastic in that way. He was telling the truth. It's like basically you you don't understand your Africanity because you're with a white broad. He didn't say it like that. I would have said it like that, and it doesn't even matter what he would have said or done. But he was basically saying you were married to two white chicks. And he broke it down however he broke it down. I can't paraphrase everything. But he said what he said. He didn't say anything degrading about her. He didn't say about her, the individual. He just broke it down how he broke it down. And RG3 got up on his twinkle toes and said, "Don't you talk about my wife and kids." He didn't say nothing about your children. Nothing at all. So I had the children ringer. You just, again, tap dancing to ESPN, to Bristol. He went to Bristol, Connecticut, and tap dancing, and the white folks said, "Fire him! Fire Ryan Clark! He talked about my white wife and my children. Oh, boo-hoo." Why do we breed cowards? Why do he got the nerve to tell Stephen A. Smith, "Black folks question my blackness." Why can't we just stick to sports? Why does everything have to be political? That wasn't us. We don't take anything political. We don't take anything serious, especially what you say. But when you say the things you say out of anger or maliciousness, then we look at you with a side eye, nigga. Angel Reese, who I was thinking about, Angel Reese, even though she was rivals with Caitlin Clark, that did not mean that they were, it wasn't any other way. It's just like Magic Johnson and Larry Bird when they had their feud. Or better yet, Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan despised Isaiah. Why do you think he didn't want him in the Olympics? He said it in the Bulls 23 in the Last Dance. He even said it. When Magic Johnson and Isaiah Thomas had their fucking feud. The same thing with this. Angel Reese, beat her in the finals, and Caitlin Clark came back, beat them. Right? So they're rivals. But y'all made it a race thing. We didn't make it a race thing. And of course, you have to hear punk punk ass people like Jason Whitlock make this a big fucking issue. So and let me not get started on the whole Carmelo Anthony thing. I get so sick of that.
Married two snow bunnies. He didn't say nothing about your wife. He talking about you. He didn't. And so then I clapped back and said, Ryan Clark does have a baby by a white girl. He should have never done that. But from what I can see from Ryan Clark, he's moved on from that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
He's grown. And if you tell me, Doc, I had a baby by a white woman 10 years ago, but that ain't me no more. I only date sisters. I can accept you back. You feel me?
Let's get the, can we get the likes up? Can we get the likes up a little bit, please? Can we get the likes up to 8? Thank you very much.
And from what I can see, I don't know Ryan Clark personally, but from what I can see, to me, he's one of the more racially conscious sports commentators out there.
That's a fact.
So I
That's a
believe
fact.
he's grown from his Snow Bunny days, right? His wife is black. RG3 wife is white.
Well, let me tell you the truth.
He went from a bunny to another bunny. A black man with a white woman ain't got no business talking about no black woman at all. Just keep their name out your mouth.
I got a question for you.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Where would you put Al Sharpton? Because he wore a wire on Martin.
No. He wore a wire for the mob.
Oh, so it wasn't for Martin. It was for the mob.
No. Al Sharpton wore a wire for the mafia.
Right. But to set up who?
The mafia. He was an informant for the mafia, against the mafia, allegedly. Yeah.
So why I kept hearing all these years that he wore a wire against Martin?
No, he never went with Martin. No. He didn't walk with Martin. Sharpton walked with James Brown.
Right.
And then later on, Jesse Jackson.
Yeah.
Why do you think they had the same hairstyle? Hell, Judge Joe Brown has stories about those two. Yeah, I remember back in them days where James Brown and Al Sharpton were butt buddies back in them days, and pretty soon they had a baby with one another. And then James Brown kicked the bucket, and he had to pay. He had to take charge of that baby. I don't know, James. Listen. You have Little Richard, and Little Richard gave you cause to pause, but he was a musical genius. He was a freaking musical genius. I'm not going to take that away from him. Good golly, Miss Molly. Hey, look, James Brown. You can't take nothing away from James Brown. He was a musical genius. The hardest working man in show business. You can't take that away from him. I'm not gonna take that away from him. I ain't gonna take that away from his kids. That was some weird shit. Sometimes when Hollywood sends you those stories about what happened with Ray Charles, what happened with James Brown, what happened with this famous person and that famous person, Rick James, it was all weird. But again, they were musical geniuses. They were such musical geniuses. You can't take that away from them. So yes, it's. I'm not coming in there and acting as an informant. We all knew Al Sharpton had his hands dirty. We all knew Jesse Jackson had his hands dirty. But they wanted to be the ones. They wanted to be the ones that uplifted black people by their bootstraps. But they didn't get the notoriety. You know who else was jealous, and may he rest in power, but I have to say it, Jim Brown. Jim Brown was a little bit jealous of Muhammad Ali back in them days. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say shit. I'm not gonna say, but we gotta tell the truth. Just like when you go online and you start Googling Martin Luther King, he cheated on his wife. He been on the road. He gonna need some cookie. You gotta tell the good with the bad. So let me continue.
And I don't think he needed to wear a wire for Jesse because Jesse was already, cooperating. But listen, man. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. My kid's mother is black, right? I'm pro-black. Like I got Harriet Tubman, I got David Ruffin, I got all type of African tattoos on me. But the first woman I had sex with was actually white. But let me tell you what,
oh man.
No, I'm being honest. Gave his virginity to the snow bunny. I know that's crazy, right? No, yeah, but let me tell you why. It's 8th grade summertime. None of the sisters wanted to be nothing. I'm going my head. It is what it is. It is. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I went to my dad. I told my dad, I said, man, like, I can't have sex. I don't know what's going on. He said, son, man. He said, don't worry. He said, one day you're going to have so many women, you're going to be turning them down. I said, that need to happen today. I can't wait. But anyways, I met this white girl at the skating rink. We was boyfriend and girlfriend for a week.
Oh, and you dated her?
And she gave me something. I'm just keeping it real.
I feel you.
So if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have gotten none until probably the 10th grade.
Well, then maybe you should have waited to the 10th grade. You were snow bunny, my brother.
Yeah.
You were snow bunny.
How much lashes we giving him?
About 500.
Because
he was young.
Right.
He was young.
I was young, man. I was
give
young,
about 5 lashes.
Five lashes.
But see, here's the thing. I don't hate the white woman.
Right.
It's just that we got to rebuild our community. It's about self-love. It ain't about external rejection. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a hate thing.
No, I represent for black, bro.
Black women need black men.
That's a fact.
I was a professional athlete. A lot of my friends, they always say, I don't discriminate.
That's an excuse.
What would you
do
tell
discriminate against black women?
Yeah.
They do discriminate against their own kind.
That's crazy.
Black people are the only colorblind people in America. Nobody practices colorblindism but us, you know?
Wow.
Everybody is loyal to the in group except us.
Yep.
Slavery snatched not only our knowledge of self, but it snatched our loyalty to the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And after slavery, we never got the loyalty to the culture back. They just replaced it with religion. And so now black people are strung out on religion, not African spirituality, religion.
Sorry for the technical difficulties. Let us continue.
Muhammad, they'll die for Moses, right? But they won't die for their community.
Is that something to do with the household, like how our upbringing?
But I'm going to have more to do with the community, right? Because the house of the community, and because the community is chaotic, the home's organized and chaotic. So people say, well, you know, it all starts in the home. The parents need to do a better job raising their kids. I say, no, the community needs to come together and come up with a consistent blueprint as to how we're going to raise the kids. 70% of our babies are raised by single black moms. They got 3 kids, 3 jobs, 3 medical problems, right? They 2 stresses away from suicide. And here you want to give them another responsibility? Why we don't give some of that responsibility to the church? Why we don't give them that responsibility to the fraternities, sororities? Why we don't give them that responsibility to the black businesses, the community organization? Why is the black mother the scapegoat for everything going wrong in the black community? See, and I got a problem with that. That's why I take up for the sisters, man. They've been raising our children for us damn near alone for 50 years. It's time for black men to step.
And you know, in Miami,
nothing bothers me more. To poverty.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes. Anything? Comment in the comment section if you want.
No more
No, real.
Yeah.
I had a boy in a charter.
Crazy.
So that's the other thing with homeschooling. And then another question you got to ask yourself, are you homeschooling until 12th grade? Or are you homeschooling just for the next couple years? And so Black girls had to suffer at home because they will. Understand, Black children develop faster than every other child. How do I know they're not going to touch my child?
Outside of just what's going on in the world.
Well, I would say, not to go too deep.
And then, of course, he talks about the daughter, just in case people want to know. You talking about children, Dr. Umar, and get the likes up, please. You talk about children, Dr. Umar. What about your children? Here it goes.
Because that's
for sure.
But I would say my situation is the perfect situation that young Black men or any Black man will find yourself in when you don't practice sexual discipline. Because see, when my daughter was born, I was happy to be a father and I was ready to be one. But I was told that if I didn't marry the mother, I wouldn't be allowed to be. You see?
I went through that.
Yes, that was a pregnancy for marriage. It had nothing to do with me not wanting my child. I was ready. I was hyped. I was happy. You feel me?
Yeah.
And I said, I want this baby if you're going to let me be a father. I said, I don't want to be going to no child support, and I don't want to be going to no damn family court.
Cox.
And lo and behold, the very things I asked not subjected to. My daughter's narrative.
Just like you pandered to white women, sir. At least he's telling the truth. And as he's done many times before, put the onus on himself. He's done it many, many, many times. So why is that such an issue? The only thing that shouldn't be an issue, well, it's not an issue to me because that's not my daughter. That's his daughter, not mine. And then one day they will meet and they will talk. But I encourage people to stay out of that shit. Stay out of it. Let the father and the daughter talk. And hopefully the mother would will herself out of this because she's caused more damage than she has solved. But we'll see. We will see.
Her mother didn't share the truth with her. You felt her mother didn't tell her the real reason why I kept you from your father. And that was because I didn't marry.
That's deep.
Damn.
So with that being said, I'm looking forward to building that relationship with my child. I'm patient with her because I know it can be tough to have one parent tell you, this is why your daddy wasn't there. And then for you to find out from your father, that ain't the reason I wasn't there.
That's not it.
She's the reason I wasn't there.
Yeah.
You follow what I'm saying? Yeah. So I know she's hurting because she love her mom. She's loyal to her mom, right?
Yeah.
And I think she's ambivalent and conflicted because I think she feels like if I try to build a relationship with my father, is my mother going to feel some type of way?
Is my mother going to feel some type of way?
One thing you should never do is make your child choose sides.
Yeah.
Correct.
That is not their business.
Correct.
Black parents got to stop making our sons and daughters choose who you want to be with because that's the situation my daughter is in. I know she wants me. You feel me? I know it. But if I reach out to my father and come back happy,
how mama gonna feel?
How mama gonna feel? She gonna feel like she betrayed her mother.
Yeah.
Why should a child feel like I betrayed my mother just to build a relationship with my father and I'm a grown woman?
Yeah, because you said you got receipts.
But guess what? I'm not gonna blame the mom. As a man, I'm gonna blame me.
Ooh.
I should have been more sexually disciplined back then.
That's a fact.
You understand? I created the situation. If I didn't impregnate that woman,
Dude, you don't know how many times I had to call Comcast and complain about the internet. You don't know how many times, dude. It's pathetic.
She could have never done that to me. So at the end of the day, we as men have to.
What's going on is certain areas have certain towers, and if your towers are not strong enough, you're gonna end up with bad Wi-Fi. Now, if you're gonna now, there's only there's only a couple places that I know who have great Wi-Fi, and that's the rich side of town. It is what it is. So we do what we have to do, and in some areas they have to have great Wi-Fi because they have, computer companies out there, and they deal with issues like this. Like right now, I have, good enough. I have good enough Wi-Fi. It's up to like 2 bars, and it goes up to 3, then it comes back down to 2, then goes down to 1, and it comes back up to 2. It's stupid, and they say the stupid shit. They say bring your router up to your computer or restart it. Like, what the hell does that do? That ain't gonna send good signal. Say, I know what he's talking about.
Take responsibility because our demons, our bad decisions, our lack of sexual discipline is eroding the foundation of our community. These women who we're not committing to, they're teaching our kids to hate us.
True.
And that's our fault. What they doing is wrong. But if we never sowed the seed in the first place, we could have never gave them a reason to do it. And so now you got a whole generation of young Black girls who hate men. Some of them going to get turned into lesbians because they've been indoctrinated by their mother, their grandmother, their aunts, and everybody else that Black men ain't ish. So if we want to save the community as Black men, the first thing we got to do is we got to start practicing sexual discipline. Why Puffy on trial right now? Feel me? Sexual discipline, bro.
Yeah. Check it.
We got to get that thing under control. Political weakness, it's a family weakness. It's a weakness all over the board, bro.
Even MLK, he couldn't even, oh man.
Yeah, he had his moments, but this is what I say about the good reverend. Here's what I say about the good reverend.
Spark it back up.
Because I'm a Dr. King man.
No, I am too.
But here's what I say to that. Did Coretta Scott King ever discuss his infidelities with the public?
Never.
So why do we?
Ooh.
Bingo! No, we gotta put everything on the line. We ain't gonna build a community that way. Let's get what we need to get done first. Fight these battles, win them, get our land back, and then we'll build infrastructure with those land and get some of these people out of here. And then we can go through the whole, I know what you did last summer shit. I hate that, man. I know what you did on YouTube. It's all over YouTube. It's forever. Who cares? What I did was nothing compared to what you did. Nothing.
If his wife never gave voice to it a day in her life, who are we to?
Right. That was good. That was really good. That was really, really good for them. And it's going to be more and more. I'm still waiting for the actual video for the Umar Elon, whatever his name is, most video, so I can cover that. But this was absolutely great. As far as Lennon's concerned, he's going to keep going. He's going to keep doing the shit that he's doing. It's annoying, but yeah. Oh my God. Huh? That was my wife and kids, but yeah, this was good. This was absolutely great. As far as Lennon is concerned, he'll keep doing the shit that he's doing. I'm annoyed, but I'm not annoyed to enough to where I'm saying, Okay, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna go see this dude, because he's not too far away from me. I mean, he's like a 5-hour drive away from me. I can just, whatever, wait till he gets up. I ain't gonna do all that. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. So let him do it, and hopefully it gets tired. Or when he does open up the school, it's not gonna end. Because let's just say he opens up the school this year, which I know he will. Well, it wouldn't be up to me. It would be up to the state. It'll be up to the state. Has everything done? Everything is done, clean, clear. Doesn't have to do anything else. It's up to the state now. Are they going to give him the approval? We don't know. We don't know. And this is why I'm hoping that people would help him get that approval to push it for those doors to open up. And if they go ahead and approve that for the doors to open up, we got it. And all the naysayers can say whatever they want. He's done his job. He's done his job to the best of his ability. Could he do better? But he's got what he needs to get done. And all he has to do is just open up, have 7 classrooms. 7 classrooms, the gymnasium or whatever. The kids bring their lunch to school. That's good. But the haters are gonna hate. The naysayers are always gonna talk shit. So let them talk shit. I'm about to get off of this here. Y'all have a good night.